And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, and it is Friday. I had to look far and wide to come up with an extra red shirt that was clean this morning.
Somebody, you could have washed it. There's an A on it.
Well, that was the problem. I tried to get that off, and it's still. How did I get that up?
It's on the other side.
Oh, there. I was trying to get that off, and it just wouldn't come. It doesn't have an M on it.
It just sticks out.
And you would think they'd put an M on one of these.
Yeah.
So we had to resort to what we had to do.
Say that'll work.
Let me tell you what you don't do. Did you see me making coffee a minute ago?
Yeah.
Were you paying attention to what I was doing?
What it looked like is while you was waiting on the pot to warm up, you was doctoring it. And then after you poured your coffee, you redoctored.
Well, what actually happened was I forgot to put the coffee in it and ran the water in it, and I put all the stuff in. I looked down and I thought, man, that sure is light looking.
So you got some sweet water?
I had sweet water and had to start back over. Some days you just don't do it right.
You almost needed a cup of coffee to make a cup of coffee.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, I know how them are.
Some days you have those sluggish moments to where, well, it just doesn't work out as well as you thought you would. We got a lot coming up on the way. We'll have the 3S Cowboy Church Enterprise, Mississippi here to talk about an event that they've got this weekend that they'd like for you to come out with.
Yeah,
entertainment purposes
it's gonna
there.
Be fun for somebody. I'll go watch.
I ain't no bull rider.
I hadn't found that passage that it says, "Thou shalt ride mean animal."
I have even heard that it might knock your feelings out. You ever played cowboy poker?
No, but I've watched it.
I've watched it, and I don't ever want to do that.
They ain't got enough money for me to get out.
No, sir, Bob, that isn't for me. I catch on real quick. I'm a lot faster than I look.
Like Greg says, I watch Sesame Street. Danger away from. I learned that.
But it is entertaining. And you have to give credit to clowns that work these rodeos. You don't really. It's kind of like the police. You don't know what it's like to fill their shoes until you're standing there and that bull is looking at you.
I ain't that kind of clown.
Me neither. Lisa Harris and the
I'm
mini
a magic clown. I don't do bulls.
True. Oh, you don't?
No.
Magic clown. You take care of it. But you are a clown.
I do magical stuff.
But you have to have tennis shoes on in that sport. You can't wear them big shoes that you got. You'd trip and he'd have got you.
Yeah, but I could have took one off and hit him with it.
And remind me, Phil Gardenhauser, what was his name? He used to do the Ralph Morgan Rodeo years ago. Phil passed away, and then Mike came in and took over the announcing, and Phil was just an all-around. It's a talent on that, because if you've never been in a rodeo arena, most of them, when you walk out there and you go, hello, 4 seconds later it goes hello back to you. And you have to get your mind to where you can talk and not worry about what's coming back at you. It's weird.
Yeah.
The things that you learn. All righty. Well, this is against the law. I don't know what you get arrested, what the charge is for it, but it can't be good.
No, it's not, and it's pretty high up if they catch you.
Here we go. This would happen several times last night, or planes were either taking off or landing at Key Field. It was reported that a laser light was coming from right here. This would be on Old Highway 80 West, shining at pilots coming in and from the airport. Not good at all. They didn't catch anyone, but it was reported, and I thought we would bring that up. That's a no-no.
Bad no-no, and I'm sure you just stuck yourself, or your neighbors and anybody else that lives around you is now on part of the government watch list.
See, look at that. If you're doing something bad, they're going to catch you doing something else.
They're going to catch you.
What's that lady that they make that's on YouTube a lot, Tammy, that gets pulled over by Officer Daniels? You ever watched it?
No, but I've seen Steve. I know my rights. Have you seen that fella? He gets pulled over on a lawnmower.
But ain't as good as Tammy, though, where she's
So we
always,
got a new one.
she has the cigarette hanging off of, and she told that little cop she was going to take him out for dinner. Have y'all seen that?
No, but I need to watch
You ain't
that
writing
one.
me no ticket. what you doing for dinner tonight? And he goes, scared. It's funny.
I have to check out. It's kind of like that. It won't
I think
take
Anthony
35
Chandler's
minutes,
pulled
will
over
it?
a couple women. Anthony, have you ever pulled over anybody like that? They kind of scared you and you were scared and went out on a date with them? Your current wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how she forced you to go out with her. She had that look. We'll find out more from Anthony here in a little bit. You'll see him on a ballot before long. That's coming up, I think, sometime November.
Man, I mean, like the first week in November.
Man, talk about somebody stir up a commotion in Clark County. Oh, my gosh, you heard about all that?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding. People show up at meetings. Had no business being there, from what I understand.
They possibly wasn't even one from there.
I don't think they were. The things that you... Hey, we got a post about that, too, if you'd like to read more about it. We shared it from Clark County Hot Topics. Scroll down and read all about it. Extra, extra.
Read all about it. You'll find the truth.
There you go. And it shall set you free.
Free from a network.
Let's see. We also had gunfire this morning as we stay on that Highway 80 corridor. Let's pull this up and take a look here. Right up here. This would be right around 5 a.m. this morning around Cedar Bend. They're on Highway 80. Gunfire, no one was hurt, but we did get some gunshots from that area there. So if you wake up and you happen to notice a new ding in your car, contact the Meridian Police Department. We were at lunch one day this week. Where were we at when we noticed that?
It was yesterday at the Mexican place, Chino's, and there was that car that had been shot in the bumper.
We were sitting there going, I said, is that a bullet hole?
Oh, that looks pretty good right there. They almost got the gas tank.
And it wasn't a sticker. It was the real deal.
It was a whole, somebody shot them as they was moving down the road.
So we don't know what actually went on there, but it was something else.
We don't think it happened in Chino's parking lot.
Don't take that wrong. Yeah.
Don't take that wrong. It's just that's where they went to go eat, too.
Correct.
That's where we saw the picture of the snake.
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, we've got the. Let me pull this up for those of you who know Chino. Let me go here and pull this up and show you the picture of what Chino. And I listed as look who Chino met. Did you see the picture?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Let me scroll down here and find
that
this.
Thing's as long as Chino is tall.
You're absolutely right. And what we're talking about, just because we're in October going into November, I don't know where that comes. Here it is. Here's Chino's friend. Chino, if you're not familiar with, owns San Marcos Mexican restaurant. Here he is with his little friend.
Yeah. And it just got through eating dinner somewhere.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Oh, but I had to make sure. Now, look, that wasn't at your house, is it? Because we live right down the road. That would be too close. I've got cottonmouths at my house that I have to deal with.
Snakes are still out, so watch where you go, and especially if you're starting a bow hunt, you can run up on a critter in the dark. That's why I don't like turkey hunting so much in the spring there. You'll be there at daylight and you can't see what's around you. That's just a little thought there.
Amy just sent me a text and said, "What in the world are you wearing?"
Who?
Amy?
Me?
Yeah.
Give me something. You got anything to put over this?
There we go. That looks better. Is that better? Is that better, honey?
Let me be patriotic for the rest of the show. I am a Mississippi State fan. That's the only thing I had red. You told me I had to do this red thing every Friday.
She's gonna get mad at me because she's a big Alabama.
Oh, I know.
fan.
She's wanting my. What was that song Rod Stewart had? If you like my shirt and you think I'm sexy or something like that. What was that song?
That was the Tractor.
Oh.
You think my tractor sexy?
No, I really think Rod Stewart saying something about sexy in a shirt. Tony.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the Rod Stewart.
I think he did. If you think I'm sexy and you want my body, that was it. Come on, sugar, let me know.
That's right.
Had nothing to do with a shirt.
Well, you have to take your shirt off.
You got to see the body through the shirt. That's right.
Lord have mercy.
Well, I'm glad it's Friday.
But you were referring to the other song as My Cellmate Thinks I'm Sexy. He's always staring at me.
Is that what happens at the Bear Yacht?
Do you remember that song? Cletus T. Judd. Wrote that after an overnight stay in prison.
Bob, you've got it right. Hotty toddy, gosh almighty.
I ain't got any hotty toddy shirts either. No one's left me one. Okay, now that we got our update on classic country songs this morning, you should go back and listen to that.
I'm going to have to now. We're going to put that out as a speaker. When we get the new sheriff we've got over here take over, we're going to see if we can play that in the
inauguration. We should do it in the inauguration.
Oh, yeah.
Don't they have that? I said that word wrong, didn't I? I said it wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I'm getting inaugural.
Inaugural. Yeah.
How you say it?
Well, that
Swearing
sounds
in.
good.
Swearing in.
Swearing
Swearing
in.
in. There we go. We from down here. Can we play it at your swearing in, Sheriff?
Got to get there first.
I'm afraid there'll be some swearing out there because after that meeting happened down, there's going to be a lot of people swearing. We'll be right back, Scotty Ray and Odie, as we start your morning.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and now having 4 kids of my own, the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Lisi.
Are you ready for summer? Massey has a 2021 Jeep Wrangler that's waiting on you with only 61,000 miles. How about a Rogue with 57,000 miles? A 23 Camry with only 50 miles on it. Or maybe it's a Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive that you're needing. From Silverados to F-250s, Massey Supermart Auto Sales, 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Have you heard? Broadmoor Wine and Spirits is under new management. Now, they're conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive, open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 9 for your convenience. They have such a large selection of wine and spirits. That's mixed drinks, boxed wines, brands that you're familiar with. Our shelves are stocked. Come by and let us earn your business. That's Broadmoor Wine and Spirits, conveniently located at 4900 Poplar. And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Early Friday morning. Aren't y'all glad it's here?
Man, I am. Mm-hmm. You know, we got here, and but you know that just means we're closer to Monday.
Yep, we got a big event this weekend. We want to show you this. As we often bring old boy in, we talk about him all the time. His name is Jesus Christ. We believe in that kind of thing here. This is going to be going on this weekend. Let me show you the church. If you've never heard, there's no way you hadn't heard of this church.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, as we pull this up, this is an event that's coming up this weekend, the 3S Cowboy. And I see a dot there. I got corrected on that earlier.
Oops.
Oops. The 3S Cowboy Church. And they've got an event coming up this weekend. We've got Tony in the studio with us. How in the world are you doing this morning?
Good morning. It's a good morning. I didn't get the memo on the red shirt. Sorry about that.
You think your son would tell you a thing or two?
You know.
Exactly.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's got one on too. So
Yeah, have mercy.
good.
The event that's coming up, when did the concept of Cowboy Church come along? Because it's roughly kind of new, isn't it?
it is, which American Fellowship of Cowboy Churches has been in about 20 years. Our church has been there 10. So we people say, well, what is Cowboy Church? I said, we traded in padded pews and stained glass windows for spit cups and concrete. That's what it pretty much boils down to. So, but you don't have to be a cowboy to come, naturally. We're just as come as you are. Our fellowship hall, like traditional churches is an arena. And so that's where we do events. And
Y'all got heat up in there? Because I want to make sure I can stay warm.
well, we may have some patio heaters, so we'll try to accommodate you any way we can. But we share the gospel at every event. So you may come and you may be sitting out your truck drinking you a beer or something or other. That's fine, as long as that's where it stays. But you will hear the gospel. So, and every event that we do at the church. So
and this is an enterprise, correct?
an enterprise. Old sawmill property that Kelly Brothers owned. We got 25 acres up on the hill. Got the full rodeo arena, which we're adding on to all the time. And so it's an old sawmill.
At the end of the day, this is taking Jesus to an audience that may have never heard it. As
right.
they rodeo, they travel,
Right.
and it's a way of bringing somebody that's
To the
never,
Lord.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, to the Lord.
Somebody that may not feel comfortable in a traditional setting with
Right.
the padded pews and stained glass windows. It's like I said, it's folks that for whatever reason, may not feel comfortable there. And like I said, they travel with rodeo, or they like horses, or you might even just like John Wayne movies, for the goodness sakes, and just like the cowboy way of life, possibly. So it's just a different way.
And again, and let me say this as we look at this, there is no defined, you will not find it in the Bible, a defined thing. This is the way the church has to look.
That's exactly right.
And, Jesus hung out with some folks that
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He went where they were.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do, is meet people where they are and get them where they need to be as quick as we can, but as slow as we need to.
Get out.
I like
So,
that.
I'm glad that came out right.
You can't sit there and push.
That's exactly right.
You show people what Jesus does in your life, and it gives them a reason to look at what you're doing and how you got there, and that will bring them along.
And God has tested you, hasn't He?
He has.
He has. We know about your son. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
He has.
All the time, man.
We all go through that testing part. So.
You've got an event this weekend.
Right.
What is it? Tell us a little bit about this.
Actually, it's a buck out, what we call a buck out, which it's a practice. Anybody can ride if you'll sign a waiver. We'll have anything from steers to full, mature bulls. And so we'll start at 2:00. It's a free event. We don't charge at the gate, but we will have some concessions there. And so there's a nominal fee for. We try to keep that as low as we can, because, like I said, that is our fellowship hall, and we're wanting to get people up there where they can hear the gospel and enjoy what they like doing. And everybody likes to watch a wreck when it comes to bulls.
It's kind of like going to NASCAR.
Exactly.
That's what you go for. See somebody jump.
Exactly right. Yeah.
But how does this work on a typical Sunday? Because I've never been. Do you show up and does church start? What is an average service kind of like?
Our services start at 10:00, which we don't have a traditional Sunday school, which we have a devotion for the men outside and the women on the inside. And then we go inside, and what music we have, depending on what it is, the children will go to a class, and then we get down to business. We don't pass an offering plate. We actually have a whiskey barrel in the church. If you want to donate to the church, your tithe and offering, that's where it goes. And it's just, you never know what's going to happen at Cowboy Church. We don't do things different just to be different. We do different things because that's the way God leads me into doing the different stuff.
Let me say this. I went to a funeral one time, and it was a pastor that I think was a head of a Cowboy Church, and he just said, "This old boy's going to hell." And I said, "Whoa!" that went over real well with the family.
Well, the truth hurts sometimes, and according to different people's testimony, one of the saddest things, real quick, is that I preached a funeral for someone one time that I did not know. They could not get a pastor, and I was asking the family, I said, anybody know about this person's relationship with the Lord? And no one could answer that.
Oh.
That was tough.
That was
tough, because we are going to have words read over us one day. And whether we love the Lord or we're going to serve Him, whether it's in a rodeo arena or a traditional church, it's about life and serving the Lord in everyday life. So that's what we try to do.
What was that old song Randy Travis had? Travis had, "The highway to hell is paved with good intentions."
Good intentions.
Yeah. There's a lot of truth to that, isn't it?
Exactly right. 100%. 100%.
So, as we get
only
back,
one way.
It is. It's through Him. Now, as we get back to the rodeo event, if you're watching and thinking, I want to take part of this, it sounds kind of fun. How do I sign up? And then, when do you have to? I want to know about the church after that. How do we get a hold of the event?
Well, it's at the 13197 Highway 513 Enterprise.
Give me a landmark.
Get off the South Enterprise exit, 134.
There you go.
Turn left, and you'll see the sign to the church on the left about a half a mile down the road.
Is this at the old riding arena?
No, sir. It's before you get there. It's the old Kelwood Sawmill. You'll see us, like I said, it's a sign, and you just go up that rough dirt driveway, and the arena is on top of the hill. And so you can't miss it if you want to come down there. Or they can reach me. My phone number is on the Facebook page. And like I said, I had a lady tell me at the co-op yesterday, said, I got a 16-year-old son mouthing off about wanting to ride a bull. I said, well, just let him show up and sign the waiver, and then he can get on one. So,
that's how it goes.
That's how it takes place.
You want to go try it?
No. I can answer that right off the bat. Odie, I ain't doing
I'll
that.
drive.
No, sir, Bob.
We're going to be doing another one in December. It'll be money added, which we did one last year. We bucked 40-something bulls that night. And it's neat. It's just fun. People enjoy bull riding. So, and I'm asking because I don't know. I'm not. I want you to know I'm straight. Do you get a Bible? Do you get a belt buckle? What do you money.
get? Money.
Money.
Okay.
We give away money. We
Then you
had
can buy a
like
Bible and a
$2,000 added money, and they pay an entry fee, and then that goes back, and then the church adds money to it. I mean, actually, the guys who won our junior bulls last year and our senior bull open bulls were both out of Louisiana. So you put the money there, they'll come and get on the bull.
Oh, yeah.
Now, again, give us the times.
It's 2 o'clock this Sunday after church, and 2 to 5.
All right.
And, just come watch and enjoy. And we had a girl, she's probably 15 years old. Last time we did a practice buck out like this, and she probably rode 5 times. She was a tough girl.
All right, let me ask this: do you do Wednesday services?
We do. We
Give
actually
me your
have
church
a
time.
Wednesday evening service at 6:30. It's Bible study. We have a meal there for that, and also we do a Bible study on Tuesday nights called Spurs for people who want to just come and get a little deeper into the Bible. And we have a guy that does that, and our Sunday morning service. We don't have a Sunday evening service. So
Okay.
a lot of people travel 40 minutes or 45 minutes or so to the church that come there on a regular basis.
All right, well, don't run off. We're going to come back to you, and we got another guest that we're going to bring on in a minute.
Sure.
So don't rush off. We got more questions about this.
Okay.
Lots going on this morning. We got some deeper things that are going on in the community we're going to talk about next. We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Welcome back. Scotty Ray along with Odie, and big doings downtown Meridian. I made my way, barely found a place to park. There were so many folks in town.
Tell you, it was a lot of people out. The bands were playing. I could hear from the office, and just had a good time going on down there.
Well, the police blocked the street over here on the end, and then looking back toward 8th Street. This is downtown near, what do you call that street there? West
23rd.
23rd. I couldn't think of it. Save my soul there. Had it all blocked off as the band kicked it off and came rolling through as we get the parade going here. Tons of kids, parents, and lots of convertibles in the races. They had the homecoming courts all riding in the cars. Bunch of waving. Hope you had a chance to make it. That was a pretty car.
Yeah.
Put it together there. But the parade lasted somewhere around 30, 35 minutes. They blocked off traffic through town and let them all come through. It was fun there. Pretty car there also. But I hope you had a chance to come out and support Meridian High School as they get ready for their homecoming game coming up tonight.
Yeah, so go out and support them. Let's get them bring home a win on homecoming. And
You know what I haven't noticed around Meridian like Enterprise? I don't see near the toilet paper that I do in Enterprise.
Oh,
Has that tradition gone away in Meridian?
I don't think we quite had the tradition.
Or we
they
just out of
had,
toilet
'cause
paper
they
in
went
town?
down. Well, they had the trees on Main Street. It needs to be a Time magazine cover.
I'm with you on that. That was some
That
good looking
was
stuff.
beautiful. Yeah.
So Enterprise, y'all knocked it out of the park.
All we do is roll people's homes over here.
We ain't gonna talk about who called your mama. I refuse to do that.
You're not gonna let it out.
I know things, but I can't tell it all. Hey, we had a brush fire yesterday, and once again, this is the second time, same location, that we've had the Bailey Volunteer Fire Department had to drop their biscuits and run out and go try to fix this. As we go up, and again, brush fires, we're under a no ban. This will be up Highway 493 in the 11,000 block. Once again, there had to call the Mississippi Forestry back in to bring in those dozers to try to contain it. Another 5-6 acres burned with it this time. Today, again, let me re-stress, 20 mile to 25 mile an hour gust. It will get into anything and it's gone.
It will not take long to spread that fire. It's still dry, extremely dry. Humidity's low.
The next thing that I got a text about yesterday afternoon was a mishap that happened in Meehan, in that area. And this is all too often. We don't know what the end results, and we send up prayers on this as we found out that a hunter had a hunting accident yesterday and fell from a tree. Emergency responders would go there, and they would have to take ATVs in to go down where he was to get him out and transport him back to an ambulance. We send up prayers on this and hope everything in the end will be okay.
All right, so I got an update on this last night, and I tell you what, God is good. If you don't think God is not good, God is good. He was released from the hospital.
You were kidding.
He is okay. It's awesome to hear that news. Of course, nobody around him tried to just pick him up and pull him.
You got to be careful,
stayed
don't you?
right there. He laid. He didn't move. He didn't twist anything. We were able to get back there to him. Metro was on scene with us, John, and able to get him out.
And let me, you brought up a good point there. Let me ask this. If you've got a friend that has a fall like this, do you move him or wait till emergency officials get there? Is it better?
If he's safe where he's at, where he's laying, where they're laying, leave them there.
Okay.
If
they're
you're in
injured,
the middle of a fire or something like that, get them out. If they're injured, you still want to leave them there. If they're bleeding, stop the bleeding.
if you were to land on a rake,
you
you would roll them over to get the rake out. And
Well,
so
you
to speak.
don't remove the rake.
Oh, I am not a medical person.
Do not. If anything goes in, do not pull it out.
That's hard to do.
It
would be hard.
because
Really
you would want to help. It's human
Because
nature.
If that punctured, we'll say an artery,
And it was whole. Oh,
and it's blocking the hole, but if you pull it out, now you just release the blood. So you leave that in. Most likely, we're going to cut the handle off of it. We're going to wrap him up, and he's going to the hospital with that in him. They will
Then doctors will
X-ray
be able
him
to-
and be able to see, is it safe to pull this out?
look at here. He's paying attention during class, y'all.
But God is good. He is. He's doing great. So, man, I tell you, that was a great news to hear last night when I got that update that he is good.
And you're right, Michelle. There is a burn ban. It doesn't matter if you're in the county, if you're in the city, you cannot burn, no matter where you are there. And it's just about, I made a new post this morning that lists all of the counties. Go back and take a look. I'll pull it up here in a little bit where everybody can see that. We got a couple of birthdays, and we have to go back.
Oh,
I mean, you look similar to her.
well, I dyed my hair. I had blonde, and it was a little longer. I need to get my hair cut. I've been trying to grow it out.
Yeah.
So I can match. But Debbie Alexander
Woof.
is having a birthday today. Are you gonna say how old she is?
I am not. I am
I'm
not.
not
She
either.
wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me do it. She won't even let me see her birth certificate, so I'll know.
You didn't even know she was from here.
I called her an older woman. She got mad at me.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Debbie. I do hope
Yes.
it's a great one there. And a lot of folks still ask me, how is Debbie doing? She is doing better. And we're so glad. We hate that she can't be on this side of the microphone
Yeah.
with us. But happy birthday. We hope it's a big one there.
Happy birthday. And then Amber Lewis has got a birthday today. And Gabby is bringing in her first 14th birthday. I'll get that out in a minute. 14th birthday.
We got a
So-
Amber up here having a birthday somewhere.
Yep, we got the Amber Lewis.
Okay.
And then and Gabby's 14. We don't have an age on Amber.
Oh, I hope it's a big one.
Yeah.
All right,
So
we'll be-
maybe 29.
Could be. She's 29 and holding everything she can. We'll be right back with a trip back in time. We'll go back in history, take a look, and test you on all this stuff.
Yeah.
Stay close with him and test old Anthony. You think he knows anything today?
Ooh.
Yeah. We'll find out. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954.
No.
Welcome back.
What was he talking about over there?
One of our guests that we're not going
heard
to show
him
his
say
picture was requesting a Vince Gill song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Something
great one.
about
There.
kissing the lips.
Yep, that's it. It's hard to kiss the lips. It really, boy. If y'all never heard that, it's
Was
the
he
married.
talking about his wife?
It's the married man song.
Odie, easy.
There he is. There he is. Vince Gill had a song years ago with the notorious Cherry Bombs called "It's Hard to Kiss the Lips That Chew Your Blank All Day Long."
Oh my goodness.
And it is hilarious.
Mallory, he didn't say that.
It's all about you didn't take the garbage out,
pushing it.
and then she wants to slip over and give you a little sugar, and you're like, I ain't forgot about this morning.
As bad as that mouth tastes.
It's funny. It'll give you relief if you haven't heard. If you hadn't had a smile in a while, go back and listen to that. Boy. Let's go back in time today. Let's go back to a guy that was good at doing the hand like this. Do you remember that?
Not Miyagi.
What is for supper? You're right. Wasn't that what was said?
Yeah.
That's it. As we go back, there we go. Grandpa Jones was born on this day. And the weird thing about Grandpa Jones, a lot of people don't understand, he was from Hee-Haw. He started out in his 20s wearing that, dressing older, looking like Grandpa, and that became part of his thing as he went to the opera. Look at this look over here of our guest. He ain't got a clue.
You don't know what hee-haw is.
I do know what Hee-Haw was.
But you didn't know Grandpa. You don't remember
I
that
don't
sketch
recall.
where they go, "What's for supper, Grandpa?"
I don't recall that.
He needs
I'm
one
sorry,
of those smart pills that the doctor.
Do you even
Let's go to the next one.
do you remember the Hound Dogs on Hee-Haw? Or maybe the Hee-Haw Honeys?
Now those you probably remember.
Look, a blank look when you say Hee-Haw Honey and you can't give a good look, something wrong. We're going to educate you. Folks, y'all pray for it.
I guess so.
I bet he doesn't even know the phone number to the car lot.
Do you know the car lot number? Let's put the spotlight on him.
Nailed him there.
Come on now. I'll give you.
BR.
I know what the lead coach shuffle was, if that makes any sense.
BR549. Call Junior Sample.
Okay.
Boy, y'all must have had more than one channel at your house.
We did. We had a few.
We go back to 1935. This was not my favorite TV show. I know a lot of people like this, but it didn't do it for me. It was too bland. It had no personality. Yeah. Anybody remember this guy? He was the detective on...
Law and Order.
But, they cut from scene to scene, and it's always really dry. And there's no personality.
He just died, didn't he?
He sure did.
I think he just died recently.
Well, look at him trying to show off what he knows on that side of the room there.
Those are training videos.
There you go. As we go back to... Did you know this lady?
Well, yeah. Not personal.
Did you ever send her a letter?
No, never did do that.
I'm not even going to say what she specialized in, but it was Dr. Joyce Brothers was born on this day back in 1927.
Well,
Anthony's over there trying to write down her number.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Dear advice.
Yeah.
This next guy, most of us are not even going to know what he looks like from here down. You're only going to know his forehead. I know that sounds kind of weird, but as we go back on this, in 1942, a guy named Earl was born. And you're sitting there going, how could I only know his forehead?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. He hung out by a fence.
Yeah. Home Improvement.
There you go. Oh, look at
there.
There we
Anthony
go.
doing it. His name was Earl Hindman. And
What's he look
was-
like for real? You got a
That's
full
it.
picture of him?
Yeah, let me pull this over here.
Because I don't think I've been my entire life. I've wanted to know what he looked like.
There he is.
My life is now complete.
Well, almost November 8th it'll be complete.
Oh yeah, excuse me. November 7th. Everybody remember to go vote.
Why is it November 8th? I keep thinking, but it's the 7th.
It's
The
the
7th
7th.
is voting day, and
Tuesday.
8th is when he can finally breathe.
That's
As,
it.
as we've been talking about preachers, this guy, he brought a lot of religion to a bunch of guys during a bad time. He was. If you're a father, you're Catholic. Is that right? Yeah, because you're not a brother. You're not a preacher. You're father. Yeah. As we go back to MASH, you remember 4077.
4077.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah.
William Christopher was his real name, but he was Father what? I'm blank.
McCahey, I believe that is what it is. Something like it. McCahey. Father McCahey.
That's right.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember that Jack Tripper from Three's Company was the preacher on the Waltons?
Sure was.
Boy, we have that. I have no clue look across the room.
I mean, you know.
All right, let's go back to 50. Some of y'all saw this picture there. I can't name one single song. I just know that he had a record deal.
I like Tom Petty.
Well, he did. Can you name a song? I can't.
Tom Petty?
Yeah, do you know some?
He had one or two good ones.
One or two good ones.
Honey, where are you? She's
Honey.
probably yelling at the TV. It's this, and this.
Didn't that guy play a guitar?
Who? Tom Petty?
Yeah.
The picture has him.
I
with
think
one.
that's old man Petty's grandson, ain't it?
Who's that?
I mean, his name's Tom Petty, right?
Oh,
I mean, that's old man Petty's grandson.
Free falling. Steve is saving us. Free falling.
yeah. I don't know that one either.
Free falling.
That sounds like something I wouldn't want to hear.
And yeah, you would. Turn the page.
All right, what's
No,
next?
wait a minute. That was Bob Seger. Turn
That
the
was
page.
Bob Seger. Yeah.
On
See,
a
that's
long
why-
stretch of highway
That's why I'm,
north of Omaha.
I have to look at Amy for all the names of the stuff. Even Ruben come back. That is not Tom Petty.
Okay, American Girl.
I don't know whether to believe that or not. That was from Charlene.
She knows more than me. Anyway,
She probably
Tom-
Googled it.
Okay, one of the best movies that ever came out. It was black and white. Debuted on this date back in 1955. This would be about the time the song. It wasn't a song, but a album was released, and he was going to get an orange drink, and he was just going along, and before long, he got pushed into this little crowd through this little thing there, and what it was football. You know, am I the only one in this room that knows what I'm talking about?
Yep.
You are kidding me. Y'all never heard what it was football? And they got so mad at one another down there on that cow pasture. They were going back and forth. And this little guy would run. Andy Griffith? Do y'all not have a clue?
I have never heard that in my life.
Well, it wasn't a
Bob
movie.
came up and said Andy, so
Yeah.
he knew right off who you were talking
Andy
Yeah.
Griffith, when he was getting started, was a stand-up comedian, and he done this skit called "What It Was Football," and he was talking about he was just going to get an orange drink, and he got pushed in this little crowded place there, and all these fellas was fighting at one another in a cow pad. It is, y'all ain't leaving till you hear it today. But on this day in 1955, No Time for Sergeants premiered, and you want to talk about funny. This was good, clean humor. If you've never watched this movie, look it back up. There's that blank look across the room. I have it when you bring up people like Michael Jackson and Tom Petty, and I don't know their music as well. I even heard last week that I think Michael Jackson is going to be up for a CMA award this year. He's more country than anything out
I
there.
wonder if he's going to collect it.
Don't doubt that.
Because as the old Hank Jr. video, if y'all remember, that ain't country. I'm that old man
Yeah,
now.
you're right.
1958, you would know this because they all said their names at the end of the show and told them good night. We go back to 58. Y'all remember him? Eric Scott.
Dang.
Nope.
Did you
He was
ever?
on the Waltons.
You didn't watch that?
What? Oh, wait.
Good night, Jim Bob.
The Waltons? Yeah, Jim Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the picture's kind of blurry. So.
That wasn't Jim Bob. Jim
or
Bob
somebody.
was
No,
the
Jim Bob
one
was
with
the
the
other one.
overalls.
Yeah.
And,
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen.
Okay. Whew, he really had me worried then.
Come on now. I mean, I did watch the Waltons.
Oh,
19
you could have skipped this one.
Well, a lot of people believe
guess
it.
we got because of
But
the
there's-
office.
Well, there's a lot of people that like her. I mean,
Well,
we understand that there's people on other sides of the fence.
And
but
it's The Office.
64, Kamala Harris was born. I've learned how to say her
Next.
name in the last 2 years.
Next.
Next.
But I mean, you never hear anything. You don't know who.
She giggles a lot. I mean,
Wasn't she a district attorney or something?
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, I remember
and
hearing
then
about
made
something.
her way up the ladder.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. 1965 as we move on to our next story. Anybody watch the other hand thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Cobra
know.
Kai. Well, I mean, that's
And now-
Karate Kid
yeah,
right there.
Cobra Kai is the new part, and it's good.
And I don't
You need to
know.
watch
Come
it.
on, Scotty Ray. Where you at? You got to get with the times, Scotty Ray.
I am behind the times on this.
what kind of blank look is that? What kind of blank look am I getting from over there across the table? I mean, where you been? Have you ever heard of Netflix? Gosh,
That was good. I got to give him credit.
Scotty
Did you
Ray.
ever watch that?
No, I've
Never watched The Karate Kid?
Well, I watched pieces of it.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, I
You know,
saw
Odie
pieces,
kind of looks like Mr. Miyagi. Just a
Oh
little bit.
Lord! I
Did you,
I need to
Odie,
go-
Odie, did you go to nunchuck school when you were little?
I didn't do that.
Okay, I just
Just
wondered.
clowns.
I saw the only reason I can identify with this guy. I saw this laying on Andy's seat. It was the I think it was that magazine that had her in the swimsuit. She works with this guy now.
Wait, what about a swimsuit? What
Yeah,
we talking
you had the picture of it. I know you had it. It was a
No.
magazine article. What's her face? Oh, yeah, she hangs out with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg has a birthday today.
You
What?
talking about the one that went to jail for?
Yeah, what's her face? She's got a cooking show with him now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, what's her name?
the woman who, she has a restaurant too, like in Pigeon
Yeah.
Forge. What's her name? Somebody get it. Somebody on there. Come on. She got blonde hair. What's her name?
She just went to jail for doing some stuff with
Her stock.
Martha Stewart.
Arlene. Yeah.
That's right.
But
Martha
did you
Stewart.
honestly? Did you see the
I've
swimsuit
seen-
edition?
No, I have not.
At like 78, she was, and I was like, wow.
Oh, 7. I thought you were talking about like currently.
Everything on the internet.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything with it. But she was now when she was young. She was a model before all this began.
Interesting.
Then she went into selling, cooking, and it worked for her. But
Dumplings
she
and
was,
stuff.
She got with
she
Snoop
was
Dogg, so-
smoking when she was younger.
Interesting.
But it was all the talk just a few years ago of the picture that she done in the pool of the swimsuit at like 78, 79, somewhere along in there, and they were going like,
Never
"Woo."
seen it.
Darn.
I don't want to see it.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
let's keep that on.
Did y'all go back and watch Starsky and Hutch and watch him? Where's the picture?
Starsky.
Huggy Bear. I got to say, he played a good Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
Was
that
he on Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah, he
the
played
new one.
Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
You
go
remember?
back and watch it now.
You remember it was 1976, and he already had a '77 Lincoln that he knew somebody at the factory that he got. It was hilarious. 1973, this would come along. It would be the first 5 or 6 episodes that they referred to him, and you go, "Well, who is this Jefferson guy?" What they were doing was they knew that there was one guy that could play the part of George Jefferson, but he was in a contract and couldn't get out of it. So they just brought up his name from time to time in 73, and it finally happened tonight, October 20th, 1973. He would be on
Ain't that
All in the
something?
Family as George Jefferson finally hooked up and had confrontations with Archie.
Moving on up. He
To
Moving
the
on
top.
He moved on up, didn't
And then
he?
he played the preacher.
He sure did, and amen.
Yep.
Those two are probably two of the most recognized faces in
That's
television
right.
history
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Hey, Bill Gillespie, man, I'm telling you.
Oh, in
Along
the
with Fred
Bill
heat
Gillespie.
You gotta
of the
throw
night.
Fred
That's another in the heat of the night. That's training videos right there. Training
In the heat
videos.
of, and, all right, let me ask this: who was your favorite character from In the Heat of the Night? This is a test.
It would be.
I don't know. I liked Bill.
Bubba was my favorite character.
Bubba was good, and then Parker was comical. Parker had
Parker
that
was the
He
top.
was.
nonchalant,
Little chubby guy.
laid back. Yeah. It was.
And then of course,
Sweet. I liked Sweet.
Sweet
too.
was
Sweet
good.
was
Sweet
pretty
was
cool.
smooth. I like Sweet. He was cool.
And then of course, Carol O'Connor's son was not really good at it.
Yeah, he was.
Antonio Fargas was Huggy Bear, not Snoop Dogg.
No, that's wrong.
Deborah done
Snoop
called.
Dogg
Look,
was,
Deborah done called you out
In the
there,
remake,
Scotty Ray.
of the movie.
Oh, you talking about the newest one? Yeah.
Yeah, in the remake
The one
of
with
the
Ben
movie.
Stiller and what's his face?
Yeah.
There's a remake?
Yeah, oh, it's
Yeah, it came out like
hilarious.
2008, maybe.
It's kinda
something
old
like
now,
that.
but-
it gets a little crazy in there. It's not quite as.
Yeah, Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg played that part.
Don't watch it with your kids. It's
But
kinda-
still, look here. Everybody's saying Bubba was their favorite one.
yeah, Bubba was cool. Bubba had them. He was the man now. When he got out of the car, everybody knew what time it was.
Bubba was.
That's right.
His shirts wouldn't hardly fit him.
And
Yeah. He didn't even wear an undershirt either. He just,
Yeah.
Charlene's going to bring up the old song, Fish Don't Fry in the Kitchen.
Beans don't burn on the grill. 1977, Mississippi would have a tragedy on this date, and it was bad.
Oh, wow.
The world has forever changed of what happened tonight. As a plane would do a mayday, it would start descending, and we would lose the best that Southern Rock ever had in the state of Mississippi tonight as Leonard Skinner's plane crashed. You know, Sweet Home Alabama, they were it. Legends. The new group is out there, but it's not Leonard Skinner. They went from the traditions of what Leonard Skinner was to totally opposite, and I don't agree with that.
yeah.
So bless him. But Ronnie Van Zant, as they said, he wrote Sweet Home Alabama in like 20 minutes. The thought came to him, he scribbled it down, and then rehearsed it, and that's where it was. It's always the big songs that do that. You go back to Hank Williams, I Saw the Light, wrote in 10 minutes. Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? Alan Jackson wrote that in 4 or 5 minutes in the middle of the night. 1991, I loved him when he first came out. And then before long, he would lose his hat, and then his music no longer fit me.
I bet she made him take it off.
That's what happened there. And then they done this interview on Crook and Chase, and he was driving a Porsche, and I go, what guy in country music's going to drive a Porsche?
You traded your truck in for that car?
Yep. Clint Black is who I'm talking about. He got married to Lisa Hartman Black. But do y'all remember Killing Time? He started out country, and then he got into Lovin' Blind, and then it went south from there, and I quit buying his albums. It lost me. It had no meaning anymore.
Yeah.
And y'all can't tell me that ain't little Roy Rogers. I say it every time I bring him up, but somebody sold encyclopedias.
Roy, delivered milk or something.
Roy was, I didn't know, I was reading an article not long ago. Roy got sued one time for dating somebody's wife.
Oh, Lord.
It had happened. The old guy didn't like it none too much.
Well.
Now, this next guy, you'll remember him from Field of Dreams. You are in life given choices. Do you stay in something that you love, or do you turn and do the right thing to help somebody else? And the guy had to make that decision. As you remember, there on the field, the little girl is choking. And is he going to remain a ball player or step across that line and do the right thing? And what did he do? He did it.
Yep.
94, Burt Lancaster passed away. And every day,
Scotty Ray, Man of the Year. Come on in there.
that was a rump roll. I accidentally hit the wrong button.
Yeah,
But we are given choices each day to where you have to decide. And your decision, I've said this so many times, but it is so much true for your darkest moment in your life defines who you are.
That's
Never
right.
forget that. When it's piled on you, the decision that you make when the world is bearing down on you, what you do defines what you are and what you do.
That's right. And how you respond is the biggest thing. You know, just ask anybody who runs for public office. You have to.
You got to thicken your skin up a
That's
little
right.
bit.
And the problem is with society, in my opinion, today is we're too emotional. Mm-hmm. You know, all emotion is an erratic motion. If we would, as a society, would take the time to just stop and think, stop and take a deep breath before we make an action or open our mouth.
Yeah.
You know, things would be better, which social media hasn't made anything better when it comes to that, because everybody, you know, it's right there. You know, it's kind of like in states, I believe it's, Florida, where you can't buy a gun, you can't go in a gun shop and buy a gun and the same day that you go in to buy it. That's right. They give you a day to cool off. I mean, that's something that we should, even though I'm just throwing that out there, but we should think about the things that we do and we say before we do them. That's exactly right. Yeah. But
I don't know if I want to grow up in this society and high school with all this social media.
Let me put it in layman's terms. Say you sit down to supper and you take a bite of something, it is awful. If you open your mouth, it could become the drought of 24. I'm just telling you.
That's right.
Exactly.
Words of advice. Yeah. 2006, we go back to, this is one of the first times that he would start trying to be a movie star. Worked out pretty well for him as Tim McGraw starred in My Friend Flicka. Good show there. And he went on to do Friday Night Lights. Now he's in 1883. He's done a lot there. Kind of sums
Yeah.
up what happened on this day in history. We'll be right back with somebody that might be running for an office. That's what I hear.
Who that is.
Who that is, yeah.
We'll find out in a minute.
This November the 7th, make your vote count. Clark County deserves a sheriff who understands the heartbeat of our community. I'm a lifelong resident, a dedicated family man, and a trusted pillar of Clark County. I know what it means to protect and serve as a community leader. Our livelihood depends on the strength and integrity of our law enforcement. So on November the 7th, vote for Anthony Chancellor for Clark County Sheriff. Together, we can build a safer, stronger community for us all.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and we had some birthdays. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we had some more come in. Miss Beverly Brown's having a birthday. Lindsey Jones is having a birthday. And Trey Mosley says 2 years old. Do they still go through the terrible twos?
I hear tell that's true.
Yeah, I do too.
Did you ever watch, and I'm going to have to ask the guy that's running for sheriff. First off, before I say what I do, let me ask Anthony here, who is running for sheriff of Clark County. Are you going to wear a cowboy hat, or are you going hatless?
Well, first of all, Scotty Ray, I've got to get elected.
Well, that may be true,
We've
but
got,
let's just say hypothetically you get elected.
Hypothetically speaking, if I get elected, no, sir, I do not believe I'll wear a cowboy hat.
Really?
That's not me. I'm not.
Are you
that's not
sure?
me. I am positive.
I need to look this up.
That is not I.
Really?
Well, I mean, because Barry's going to need help with his cows. That'll give you and him one each.
We're going to make Barry White wear a cowboy hat.
I can't see him in
A
one.
10-gallon.
Let me see if I can find what my
It'll
whole
look more
point.
like a sombrero.
For some reason, you remind me of this cat, and the reason I'm going to bring this up. Anybody ever watched Longmire?
You got to be kidding me.
Did you watch Longmire?
Man, I watch it every day.
You remind me of Branch.
Really?
Every time. Let me show a picture, y'all. Y'all tell me this is him, and let me show a picture here of what Branch looks like. Does that not look like Anthony?
With a hat.
Here,
Oh,
put
good
that.
Lord.
We're getting you a cowboy hat passed
I'm
over.
not putting this-
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you
Here
gotta
we go.
see it now.
Here
You've
we go.
already been called out.
Camera
Everybody's
two.
wanting- See, look at this.
See, it's a fit.
No, it's not.
It is.
Yes, with a badge
so.
on the
All right,
top.
folks, we ask, hat or no hat? Anthony.
Yeah.
I think you ought to wear the hat.
I do too.
It just it
Oh, it
looks
just
like
did.
you mean business is what it means. And we got to have a high sheriff that means business in Clark County.
Lord have mercy. Well, you know, the thing is
Hat. Everybody's saying hat.
we.
Gotta have.
I promise to be
Look at this.
fiscally
Do you see these
responsible.
comments?
I'm not.
Hat,
Oh, good
hat,
Lord.
hat.
Anyway,
Where's your wife in this matter?
I don't know. She's probably getting kids. She's wrangling kids right now. trying
this
to,
is
she's probably
over-
in the car rider line right now.
Look, this
at
is
Enterprise
overwhelming.
Elementary.
You got to do it.
But
Yeah.
anyway, let me this hat situation. Good gravy.
We have found out now that you got to do it.
Well, anyway, going back to the
He's getting
topic at
embarrassed.
hand. Going back to the topic at hand, you know, I have made a campaign promise to be fiscally responsible with the taxpayers' money in Clark County if I'm elected.
Right.
And
So
I
me
don't
and you
think
gotta
that
buy
I
the
should be
hat.
wasting money on cowboy hats.
We'll buy it
You
for
got
you.
that's at your own expense. And I even think your daddy may buy you the hat. As a matter of fact, we'll pass a hat to buy you a hat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But look, are you looking at the comments here?
I am. Oh my goodness!
It is just-
Y'all, you
We
did
can start a
this to me.
GoFundMe hat campaign.
For Anthony Chan, it truly is. It does fit you. Let's go back to this, and y'all tell me again if he don't look like that.
I'm telling you.
It would really change the outlook of Clark. We're trying to help you
I
here.
can appreciate.
Do you
the
want
vote of
bad guys to run when they see you get out? They just stop. I give up.
He's
Get with the
crazy.
program.
Well, anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yes, I am running for the office of sheriff.
And you would like a vote.
And I would appreciate the vote. You know, I've dedicated my life to public service, public safety. Just to give a brief deal, you know, my wife and I are raising 5 young men in Clark County, and we do have a pretty good place to live.
That's why he's got to pass ahead. He's got 5 kids.
We have a good county, and we want to keep it that way. There are a handful of things that I would like to accomplish if elected, but let's just be serious.
Okay.
The office of sheriff in Clark County works on an average of $1.6 million budget, and that includes the jail. There's only so much you can do with that. But I do want to push fairly quickly to move towards a more 24-hour coverage situation without getting into great detail. And we want to work to take care of the people of our county. And Todd Kemp, in my opinion, for the past, well, he's been sheriff for 23 years, but even 8 years prior to that as chief deputy. A lot of people, well, yeah, I take that back. The majority of the people in Clark County understand how good he's been for our county.
Oh, man.
And even though Todd Kemp and I are 2 different people, we're 2 different people, so there will be differences. But one thing that he and I do share, and that's the passion for the people of Clark County and the passion of keeping it safe and taking care of them, you know, and that's where he and I are the same. I believe that he's been dependable. Good gravy. And I want to fall into the same. I'll be the same way. You know, if the people need me, they're going to be able to get me. That's been my biggest thing. I've told people, you know, if you need me, you can find me. You can call me. Right. I have people show up at my house. I mean, and that's fine. That's what I'm running for. So
there you go. And what he got tickled about there was the comment that just poured in here of Todd Kemp's wife, who just pointed out, Anthony, wear the cowboy hat. It looks sexy. He got a little embarrassed.
It threw him for a loop there.
It did.
Yeah,
that. But I think you would make a great, and that's what it's all about as a community,
yes,
and that's what you're here for. And there is rumor of what happened here. I posted the letter, and I want y'all to go back and read this. Let me see if I can find this on my page of yesterday, where I shared this from Clark County Hot Topics.
I know you had a great job. You had a great retirement that you were set up. You were set back on Easy Street. Everything was great. But you made the decision to come back to Clark County and run for sheriff, your home, because of what you feel with Clark County. I know for a fact, being a friend with you, that you have Clark County's best interest at heart. You've been helping the citizens of Clark County since you were 16?
Well, I actually
15?
Yeah, I actually joined the Meridian Police Cadet Program when I was 15, and but
as you can tell, he's way past that age now.
I went to, look at my gray hair. Sheriff Kemp actually hired me as a dispatcher radio whenever he was in charge of 911 radio operators.
I was
17. I was 17 years old, and I have been in public safety ever since. But yeah, I did. I worked directly for the Commissioner of Public Safety, and was a liaison to the legislature. But I plan to utilize that experience if elected into this position. I mean, I made a lot of good contacts over there.
You've got connections to all the politicians at the state level.
Well, I mean, one good thing this past legislative session, I was able to get $100,000 sent to the sheriff's office, to Clark County, from the legislature to buy vehicles and equipment, which I'm glad that worked out.
They needed them.
We needed them, but yeah, going back to it, yeah, I did, but I feel like this is what the Lord led me to do.
And that's important.
And I believe that because the mess that I've been through, and I've he has helped me keep a cool head.
It is. And, let me show this right here. Y'all get a chance, go back and read this. This is posted on our page from Clark County, open letter. And this kind of describes what happened in Clark County just a day or so ago. Read that. Make your own assumptions after you read it.
Yeah, and I mean, I can appreciate it, but I really wish whoever wrote it would have signed it. And it's kind of like you can't get toothpaste back in the tube once it's out there. What happened.
Determination.
That's the price of politics, And the fact is, they can send somebody to the courthouse every day between now and the next between now and November the 7th, for all I care. That's fine. But the people of my county know me. They know what I'm about.
And there's some people out there that really do want the best, and they may sit back going, I'm really not sure. I'd like to talk to him. And me and you've talked a lot, and you said you've campaigned more to doorbells than you have a lot of people. But how can people get in touch with you that may have a question that they want to ask you to come by and sit down with them, or just have a question that they can ask you? How can they get in touch with you?
They can get me on Facebook. That is my best thing. I mean, Anthony Chancellor for Clark County Sheriff. They can inbox me there, or I'm on my regular Facebook. I mean, but the thing is, most people in the county, they know where I live, and then most of them
show
have
up.
my cell phone. That's exactly right. They show up. So Facebook is the best way to message me, but I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. I mean, my phone number is 601-409-0157. That may be a mistake for the nut jobs that are out there, but
that is,
you know what?
There it is.
There it is.
All righty.
If they need me, they can find me.
There you go. Anthony Chancellor. We'll be right back as we continue this morning. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Hello, I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm running for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. Many of you may know me from the UPS store, which I owned and operated for over 13 years. I'm a family man and a businessman. The Board of Supervisors is the business board of Lauderdale County. I have the business background and experience needed to be a valued member of this board. I am financially conservative and believe we should live within our means. I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking for your vote for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike, 601-416-1233, and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell him Scotty Ray sent you.
And welcome back as we get ready for a weekend. There's a lot that's going to be going on. Downtown Meridian, don't forget, Bud and Burgers will be happening Saturday afternoon. That's going to be a big deal. We got a parade, Halloween parade. Candy's going to be thrown. A lot of folks there, and we're sort of behind. We didn't get a float done, Odie. So,
no, we kind of slipped up. But we're going to be there.
Yeah, we certainly will.
Walking around, and hey, you see us, come talk to us. We'd be glad to talk to you.
And I think there's a lot of other events. We'll be posting all the events that are going on. And also, as we talked about the 3S Cowboy Church, if you've never been, this event is this weekend. And as we do this, Tony, tell us a recap of what you're doing and what time to be there.
Real quick, it's, I think he calls it Riding on Faith. It's a buck out. It's basically a practice buck out. And so it doesn't cost anything for people to ride or to show up. All it costs you is a little bit of money for a hamburger, a hot dog. So from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock at the 3S Cowboy Church Sunday afternoon. Come, we got bleachers, and you can get right up close and personal and watch guys and gals, if there's any gals show up, and I figure she will, to ride bulls, and all ages. We'll have some kids on steers, and so it's from the small bulls up to the big bulls. So it's going to be exciting. It's fun. It's the way we share Christ with the world. We'll do a devotion at some point in the middle of the practice or beginning. So it's all about the Lord. Everything we do, pointing people to Jesus.
Now, again, if you've never been there, how do you get to Enterprise to where the church is?
The South Enterprise exit 134 off I-59. You get off that exit and head back east, and it's about a half a mile on the left. 3S Cowboy Church.
Thank you so much, Tony, for coming in and telling us about that again.
Yes,
that's this weekend, one of the many events that will be going on. We hope you can get out and enjoy some of these things that happen. We did want to share a thank you from Woodstock Furniture as we got this in yesterday. The picture that we put out, there was an arrest made and somebody borrowing things that weren't theirs. So an arrest has been made in that. Let me see what else we had that we have not covered. We had an accident yesterday morning right after the show that happened in Toomsuba. 3 people were rushed to the hospital, Odie, with the car flipped over.
The car flipped, and they had to be removed from the car. I don't know what their injuries were, but man, I tell you, Coach Eric Smith, baseball coach out at Southeast, saw the accident and stopped, got out, and helped these people get out of the car. So a big
kudos,
awesome work. Everything for Coach Smith, man, that was great.
He didn't have to do that, and that's what, as we talked about a while ago, making the right decisions. Do I do this? Do I do that? He made the decision to help somebody.
That's right.
Y'all pay attention to that.
Man, that was pretty good. That's what you call being a good Samaritan, and passing that to the people that he's coaching.
Congratulations to Lamar. They are the volleyball champions. Look at this.
2 years in a row.
Man, we can't congratulate them enough. That's a big deal. Now, we're going to have more information on this coming up. I got a call yesterday, and they're trying to put together a fundraiser for this guy. He worked for Meridian Police Department. He is in Alaska now. He has a wife and kids, and he's fighting leukemia. And they're trying to help him out there. So we'll have more of that. A big tie to Meridian and the police department as we look at this. And a new leader here.
a new leader. We went by the other day and talked. But congratulations to Russell for 280 rolls eaten. We went by and we talked to management there at Logan's and said, hey, what's the rules? He said, there's not none. You pay for the ones you get, you eat, and we keep count, and we go from there. I'm not saying do this, but if I owned something like a McDonald's, I would start a TikTok and I'd say, how could you eat, how many chicken nuggets could you eat? But I'd say, okay, you've got 30 minutes.
Put a time limit.
And there can only be 8 of you that eat, and you sit down and time all your chicken nuggets get there, you hit the clock, you got 30 minutes to eat as many as you can between 8 of you. That's a challenge. It's got rules and limits. And
Joe used to do that with a steak out of Piggly Wiggly.
That's a lot of chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it sure is.
A lot of chicken nuggets.
That's a lot of chicken nuggets. Man.
The next thing that we wanted to bring up before we get out this morning, this will be the last thing, we'll let you get on with your day. They were asking for a little help on this, and I posted this yesterday as we pull this up. If you happen to know anything, the family is saying something just doesn't add up just right about this. And if you happen to know any information, contact the Meridian Police Department at 601-485-1859. Kelly McKee passed away just a few weeks ago, and the police are investigating. And if you happen to know anything, no matter how small, how big, anything that you may know, pass that information on. You never know when it could make a difference in a case.
That's right. Any kind of information at all will open another door, possibly.
Sweet girl.
She really was.
And very well liked in our community. Worked at Meridian Community College. Will be missed. It's been.
I talked to her father-in-law the other day. Kelly. Her name was Kelly McKee. She was married to Kelly McKee.
Right.
Kelly's father, good guy. I know him and Ann real well, and we talked for a good while the other day. And a lot of people love him.
You look back over the last 2 to 3 years, and there's been a lot of tragedy at MCC. We've lost 2 teachers there in circumstances that were not good. So our hearts go out to all of y'all. Odie, look at the time.
It doesn't take that long. It's Friday. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all at Bud's and Burgers this weekend. We'll be out and about some other places. But go out, enjoy this beautiful weather we're having. And we'll be back Monday in 71 hours to bring back another show for you again.
Well, wait a minute. They're insisting that it's a black hat.
Oh, it's got to be a black hat. All right. We're going to start that, and we're going to start getting money, and so we can get him a whole fleet of black hats. And Barry a 10-gallon hat.
He needs a hoss hat.
A hoss. He is kind of like a hoss, ain't he? We can do that. Now, but we got to get him more cows. He's got 2 cows and a donkey. Does he still have his donkey? All right, he still got it.
Before we go, anybody, did you know who Mel Tillis is, don't you?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Will you go by Anthony? Because I ain't even going to ask Anthony if he knows this. I got the horse and she got the saddle.
Oh, yeah.
We
That's
like to
right.
ride side by side. Okay, I'm done with that. I got
All right, look, we couldn't do this show without you, and we wouldn't want to do it without you. We enjoy doing it every single day. But remember, we love you, and Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.